Hi, I'm Mckayla Pratt. I'm a senior. I play clarinet, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys set position. You have your basic body posture, which probably many people have talked about when going through check and marching and stuff. Instead of holding your hands near your belly button / belt line, you have it up in your power triangle. We're just going to go over the basic point of alignments to make sure your body posture is a-okay. So we're going to demonstrate all of our point alignments and set position with help from an outside source. So in set position, basically with all your 5 points, with your points of alignment, you first want to start with your feet in, that 45-degree angle with your heels touching, and you should be able to fit your entire fist in between your feet with your heels together and your toes pointing at that 45-degree angle. Next, with your knees, you don't want them locked, because that's how you'll pass out, but you don't want them bent because of our style of marching. So you can just kind of rock back and forth between locked and bent and find that common medium to where you find most comfortable. Next, you want to line your hips up with your knees, and you don't want them too far back, and you don't want them all the way up forward, because that does not look good. So again, you can rock back and forth between the two and find that common medium where you find your hips perfectly aligned. Put your hands on your hips and just kind of rock back and forth and find that medium. Next, you want to be able to tighten your core and your butt. You squeeze the grapes, but don't make grape juice. Use your poop muscles. So you want to tighten those 2 points to really engage your core and really have this really tight and sophisticated posture. You can check by putting your hand on your stomach and the other hand on the base of your back towards the bottom, and you should really feel your body being in a line with itself. So next, you want to lift your sternum, and this really brings up your presence as if you're projecting up to the audience. While maintaining all of this, you want to implement your 60-40 lean, where you want to lean slowly onto the platforms of your feet. You don't want to be out on your heels, and you don't want to be on the toes of your feet, because when we move on to taking that first step, it is all one fluid motion. So you want to implement that 60-40 lean. As you tell, she's leaning. You want to pull your hips back as well, which will definitely help. Then you want to roll your shoulders back, which also helps lift with your sternum. Then you want to lift up your chin. You want to have that 90-degree angle. So you should make an L with your hand, and it should perfectly fit in between your chest and your chin. You fixate your eyes up because you're not projecting to the grass and the dirt and the bugs. So you want to fixate yourself to where your eyes are looking up so you can be able to watch your drum majors. Next, we're going to implement the power triangle into this. You want to keep all these 5 points a lot during march season, especially if we're in check and set. So once you're in check, you have your right hand in a fist, your left hand right on top, right about where your belt line / belly button is, and you're just sitting there with your all 5 points of alignment. And then this is check, and to go into set, whenever a leader, drum major, director, tech, anybody yells set, is when you pop your hands up into that power triangle. So again, want to make sure you keep a slight bend in your arm. You don't want it so close to your face, but you don't want it so far out. Keep it comfortably. Then again, you have your right arm in a ball or a fist, and your left hand sitting comfortably on top, and your thumbs just crossing over one another, and you look barely over the top part of your hands, again looking at your horizon. You don't want it so high to where you look under it, but you also don't want it so low to where you can't see it at all, because once we add in our instrument, it'll help keep up with your horn posture. So when you move from check position to set, it is something that should be really sharp, because we're wanting to go as fast and efficient as possible. So the director's going to call it really fast, and it should be really sharp and fast with it as well. So first should be in check, and then you just want to yell set, check, set. So she pops up extremely sharp, extremely fast, and ready to perform and move on with any further directions. So the main difference between check and set is when you're in check, you're most likely being given directions from anyone of higher authority. or just anyone in general. And then when you pop into set, you're usually about to be moving in some way, shape, or form, whether it be, doing drill or just doing any type of marching in general. So when you're in set, you want to make sure that you're really, really paying attention and listening to the directors for that count off. We implemented set with our power triangle, and now we're going to include the instrument portion. So for my examples, we have a flute and a clarinet. So right now they're both in check position, and then when I would call them to set, they would both pop up with the same snap. So when I go, they're in check, and I go set, check, set, and then when they're both in the set position, usually the director would like count off or clap, and that's when they would pop up into their playing position, which is also a form of our set position. So for instance, we'll usually call them up, and so Tito, Hudson, hut, and then they would both pop up into their playing positions. So they're both in their set position, and then usually a director, drum major will just call them up. Detail horns up, detail horns down, and then they move their instruments up or down according to what the instructions are.